now from downtown Minneapolis. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. He'll return this from the 10. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. He'll come up now for second down and 4. Dotson, the man in motion. Throwing on second down, Daniel. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
Here's a third down and 4. The motion man here is McClure. Third and short, and it's Daniels. He's got his man complete to Johnson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there, and it'll bring up second down. Daniels gonna throw again. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they're gonna move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
First down throw there is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. The motion man is Johnson. On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. They'll go. Here's Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Van Ginkel.
Just think back to a few plays ago, Mike. This offense is finding themselves entering the red zone. It looked like we're about to see a touchdown, but that's how fast things can change in this game. The defense finds themselves with their back against the wall, coming up with a huge fourth down stop. Not only do they keep points off the board, but it's nicer to do it when you come off with the ball in your hand.
1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. Room to run at the 30. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, Young. He's going to let one fly for Addison. And the Commanders will take over possession here at the 44.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
On 1st down, Daniels. Now he'll run it. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. 1st and 10 now from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. That's Andrew Van Ginkel in on the tackle. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Metellus. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
All right, so that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's get our offense back on track.
That's to the left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chin.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. Now he'll run. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Vikings have got it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away. He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field, so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. They'll go. Young. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Zach Ertz, touchdown Commanders. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice, and this one is blocked. Oh, big hole left side to the 20. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The block extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Young. This pass, right side, gonna be caught by Addison.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
We haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make better decisions here in the second half.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he's going to pick up the Vikings first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on fourth down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Give them 27, and it's first and goal.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. In motion, it's Jefferson. Here comes the jet sweep. A second effort, and he is in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. On now for the extra point, here's Will Riker. He knocks it through. And the Vikings go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. Reichert out now, following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Set to go now on first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. A dive and a catch. Incredible. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. Here's Daniels. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Downfield, there's the veteran Ertz. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
The motion man is Johnson. To the air again is Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. The motion man here is McLaurin. Keep it in the air, here's Daniels. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase in what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
This one caught just past the pylon. Perry. Touchdown, Washington. That, and I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Young. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 3-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. On 2nd down, Young. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. Slot man in motion right. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we're at halftime with just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
Throwing on second down, Young. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So they failed to connect on another throw, and it's really been the story for both of these teams throughout this ballgame. I mean, neither offense can get anything going, and when you look at the scoreboard, it certainly reflects that.
Third and long. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. Throwing now on third and long. There's Jefferson. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They run out of the gun, and it's Chubb. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll throw with Daniels. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing now, Daniels. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's in. Jahan Dotson, touchdown Commander. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now Daniels. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw is Young. Oh, a loose football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers, we have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
They'll start on the ground with Chubb. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Blake Hatchman up from the linebacker spot to make the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. The motion man is Johnson. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniel. Oh, high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mekhi Blackman.
Just a brutal mistake there, Mike. I mean, they have a chance to put a late scoring drive together and increase their lead. But now with that interception, all the momentum shifts to their opponents, and now they got to rely on their defense to hopefully get a stop and get them the ball back. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, Young. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Deion Henley.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. Look wide, get this one complete.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A run out of the gun. Here's Chubb. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
3rd and long, and here's Daniels. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Van Ginkel. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
There's not a position on the field, Mike, let alone any sport, where the mental side doesn't come in and impact how well you perform. And in this case, when you've thrown 4 interceptions in one game, I think we can all safely assume some of those mental issues have seeped into his game. And if he can't get settled down, he's playing right into the hands of this defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
He's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They'll drop to throw. That's to the right side, and incomplete.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
The defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd down and 9. From the gun, it's Young. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Now, a big third down. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down. They'll wind up getting close to 10 yards on 4th and 1. To the right side, he's got Hockenson, his tight end. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. And they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. This offense still has the one timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. Off the play fake. Here's Young. That one going to be intercepted in the end zone if he stayed in bounds. Now the officials say no, it is incomplete. Crisis averted for the offense, at least for the moment. A near turnover there. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Asante Samuel Jr.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.